Hi everyone, I will be doing this eyeshadow look today with very crazy poofy hair. I am using the PUR Be Your Selfie palette. I got this in a FabFitFun box. These are the colors. They're very pretty colors, lots of shimmers, and it's also just these few mattes here. This is actually the top, on the top row. This is very good for like a neutral look. You can use it as an everyday, match it with any kind of outfit because it's just the pretty simple browns and nude colors with a little bit of shimmer. I'm also going to try out Thrive Cosmetics. This is a pencil. It is supposed to be, well, it's a highlighting stick. So I'm going to try that out some point in this video. This is what it looks like at the very end of everything, so if you would like to see how I did it, please keep watching. Thank you. So I already have my eyelids prepped. I used the Instant Age Rewind, and that was just to kind of like brighten them up a little bit so these colors will show up more. And then the first color I'm going to use is this top one right here, and this is just going to be like a base and to really come up into the brow bone area. I'm also using a Morphe M441. It's just a fluffy brush and it's really good for blending. This shade is basically just going to go all the way up to here, leaving that little bit of extra room so I can do a highlight later. I'm going to bring it over towards the tail, but not all the way, and then bring it more to the inner corner. This is also going to help somewhat hide that extra little bit I got going on there. So at this point there's nothing left on my brush either. I'm just really just buffing it out and getting rid of any of the extra so it's not falling out anywhere later, and to where it doesn't look too dark in one spot and too light in the other. So next I'm going to take this Makeup Geek brush. It is a soft dome brush. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to go to the next lightest shade in the palette. And this is going to just go in the same exact place as the first one, but it's going to go a little bit lower so I can still see that like peachy color sticking out. But this is just going to go directly underneath. And this is going to start creating that little bit of a shadow, kind of like my fake crease area. And with this, like if I'm looking straight at the camera and I'm just not making any kind of face, like arching my eyebrows or anything like that, I want to make sure that darkness of whatever shadow I put on is going to come up here a little bit more, because that's going to help get rid of this. So to check it, you would have to be looking directly at the camera how you normally would when you're having a conversation with somebody, in order for that to really show, because you might put it up kind of higher and then when you actually look up and take pictures at the end, it's not high enough and it still disappears. So the best way to do it is, if you're like for me holding my mirror, to look up like this. My camera didn't catch it, but what I actually did with that same color that I was putting in this area here, I brought it down. The hell's in my face? I brought that down and just kind of filled in this outer corner right here. And then what I'm going to do is take this crease brush, and this is by Unique, and I'm going to go in with this darker one right here, and I'm going to kind of do into the crease area, but mostly I'm going to kind of deepen this outer corner with it. We will see. So I tap the excess off, and I'm going to look straight ahead in my mirror and start there, and then from that point bring it over. And with this, I'm just going back and forth motions into that crease area to really deepen that area. And from this point, after I took it out to the outer edge, is when I'm gonna bring it right back down and just deepen that corner up a little bit. And I'm also, as the powder or as the eyeshadow is not so much on my brush anymore, I'm just gonna lightly pull it in a little bit until just I let it fade into this area, so that way I can still put something else here without having to pile it on. But I'll start where I want the color to be the deepest and just keep blending it and pulling it over. Next I'm going to take what this lower one right here, it's kind of like a brown, but a little bit of like a red tone to it. It's called Strong. And then I'm going to take one of these brushes. It's a little more flat on one area and then more fluffy kind of towards the end here. But I'm just going to very lightly use that to cover the middle part of my eyelid. I'm going to take, this is a Crown, and this is actually C224 Oval Concealer brush. I'm going to use that with the, let's see, the darker of the glitter. This one's called Gorgeous. This is also going to go onto the eyelid. So this is just going to lightly go over that last color that we just did. Most of it I'm putting right into the middle and then just kind of dragging back this way. Next I'm going to use basically another type of concealer brush. This is the Naked 2 brush that comes in the palette. I'm going to use that little flat side. And with this one I'm actually going to use this one right here. It's one of the lighter shimmers and it's called Charming. This is what's going to go on the more inner corner of my eye to blend in with this other shimmer. I'm just going to lightly let it kind of blend in with this one to where it kind of fades down into a darker shimmer. I also want to try this Brilliant Eye Brightener by Thrive Cosmetics. I believe I got this in a FabFitFun box too. This is the packaging that it comes in. You're supposed to use it as like a brow highlight, inner corner. I'm sure you could do other highlighting with it, but this is actually pretty large. This is what it looks like. It has a spin up, and I believe, yep, it has a built-in sharpener on the end. So I actually want to give this a try, and I'm just going to use it with this. I think it'll look good with it. I'm going to add to the inner corner. And then I'm also going to add right up here where I do not have any kind of highlight yet. So I actually forgot to do underneath my eyes, and I started doing my eyeliner. I can't believe I forgot, but what I'm going to do is use just a tiny bit of that first color, the peach, with a pencil brush and just add that underneath the lash line. This one I don't care how far down it goes because it's just supposed to kind of help do the ombre thing like it is on top. And I'm going to take the second color we used, the neutral, and do the very same thing. I'm going to do this one a little more controlled though. I don't want it to really go everywhere. That one I'm just starting on the outer, kind of lightly connecting it. I have some in my other eye. I'm not even doing my other eye. Lightly connecting it with the upper part here. And ignore the face I make. I'm going to do this. The Champagne. Charming. This one right here is called Charming, not Champagne. But I'm going to use that to finish the lining from the corner where the other highlight is to where I stopped with the brown. So from here I'm going to do mascara and then we should be done. So this is the finished look. I added some lip gloss, mascara, and this would look very pretty if you did some eyelashes with it. I think it looks very pretty by itself anyways, but it would just really bring out more attention to the eyes, especially with the heavy wing of the eyeliner. But this is everything. I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you like how I did the eyeshadow look. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe, and thank you for watching.